on this big story. Let's quickly turn our focus to other news coming in. Protests have been held outside the Sterlite Copper Plant in Tuticorin, demanding immediate action from the government to reopen it. The plant was shut down in 2018 after violence during protests that had led to the death of 13 people. The protesters had claimed the plant was causing pollution in the area. Now protests are being held demanding the government provide relief from alleged joblessness in Tuticorin, as per findings by a report. Over 40,000 individuals had their lives affected due to the plant closure. The Supreme Court had in fact rejected the review petition filed by the Vedanta Group against February 2024 order, when the Supreme Court had upheld Madras High Court's decision ordering the closure of the plant in Tamil Nadu. Political leaders like Vaiko had celebrated the Supreme Court decision. Let's take a look at the losses that were caused by the closure of this plant. Well, quickly, of course, explaining that to you now, what really has transpired, of course, there, which has led to the closure of this plant, and what, of course, are the ramifications of this decision. Now, finding number one is that the closure of the plant cost the economy, in fact, 14,749 crores. So that's, of course, a very big amount. Also, another finding was that cumulative loss of roughly around 0.72% of the state GDP took place as a result of the closure. Now, finding number three was that 30,000 jobs also were lost, in fact, due to the closure of this plant. So, very, very significant fallout of this closure. And finding number four was that the monthly incomes of those who lost jobs, in fact, were reduced by 50% as well as a result of the closure. Another finding was that 400 downstream businesses were also affected as a result of the closure. So not just this business alone, but other businesses also being affected there. Around 1 lakh, in fact, were also affected due to association with the downstream businesses as well. So the ramifications, of course, the trickle-down effect are going very, very far and wide. The total impact on all downstream businesses being estimated to be around 491 crore rupees. And 600 crore rupees per year was spent on logistics, other purchases. All of this, remember, has also been lost. So obviously, fallout being seen in other businesses too. Total loss to service providers at 1,390 crore rupees as well. And losses worth 2,559 crore rupees in taxes paid to the government also have, of course, also been reported due to the closure of this plant. India's net copper production has also been impacted by about 46.1%. That is very, very significant. And India is now a net copper importer, leading to forex losses as well. So clearly, of course, huge impact, as you can clearly see, in all domains. Arzu Seth, my colleague, in fact, is joining us for more details on this big story. Arzu, clearly, of course, huge losses, being seen across different sectors as a result of this Sterlite plant closure. What's the latest you can share with us now with regards to these protests that are happening on ground as well?
Well, yes, so the Indian National Trade Union Congress members staged a demonstration in the Tuticorin, urging the government to take immediate steps to, addressing the soaring unemployment crisis in the district and to reopen the Sterlite Copper Plant. Also, the protesters said that the, closure of the Sterlite Copper Plant alone has directly displaced over 1,500 workers and, disrupted the livelihood by nearly 40,000 families who relied on its operation indirectly. The district's ongoing socio-economic transformation marked by the closure of textile mills, the thermal power plants, Food Corporation of India's warehouses, salt pans, and also a myriad small and large-scale industries have led to the widespread job losses, they said. And also the General Secretary of INTUC said that the major factors contributing to the unemployment crisis in the Tuticorin was the modernization of traditional spinning mills, which have been a part of the region history for over 125 years. So now there has been a crisis and urge has been made to, reopen these industries for the livelihood of the people. Yes, Uday.
All right, Arzu, thank you for joining us with those details. Rescue operation, meanwhile, is in the final